Hello. Most for Charles. Yen asan baby another Friday, say Friday session be a city no. They didn't kind me really sorry say yasha see late. Me kodi baby na me yahwea enye yi. Na enye me under control ntino me bom enuanu mama na say omuma me eyi kakra na me try my best say me yede. Me tuma be do feel fast. Enti mumfanche sorry. But then whatever it is, now say did you make any bar? If we say a idea opportunity like this, and they can say entire happy. Ubeka CD intra rice farming investment, rare opportunities and partnership, A idea be a onye muhuni say ye call edina mubehunu say Mr. Tinga or na Mr. Clifford or Munina Munina and Mr. Adams and Susan the Elho. Mr. Clifford the modern can that say ye no mu ye video eba efa omo rice production. Mr. Adams so you be a chire me be chire mo. And for the first of all no wa share sa video no meto men safro asre oni dem say wi we akokko hwe ho na hunu na de na hyase na we she na enye ne to aso ma na dwumadie na ye bedie no wa fa pen ne paper na wa yedai wa twere eniema if say me pese obia energy meni mre bi na me papa bi di nkomo o ka kire me say hwe me ba se o pese we investment ya hwe the everyday we use de ko table so de ko wonum de kura o de bia hwe ho ne investment if we say we use sa de na nipa dodo na so use the same thing enti ena me pese me to me sachiro efro say emo eyade a ye man mu obi adi ye wo mutuo ye wo emo ne nkwan ye wo anwamo ye wo awache ye wo jollof ye wo fried rice obia odi mo ne ye wo rice water so ho ene odi nkate ne anwan ya okay odi ye fancy ya enti se wo ko investment ewo rice farming mu a enkasa wo ko to sikago. Yes, every investment biya no ewo ne risk enti asem na ye beka no ye ka wie a wonso wani gie mu no ko ne ko hwehwe mu se eda wasum se de sikan pepepa na ye de opese oye if we say ye no ye te enuanom nka no ye no mutunsa ye frɛ wo mo onye no bedi nkomo me hu se de sitie no me soma onua Adams ye mu hu ni se onko na vrongo no nye dai onko hwe dwumadie na anuanom di wo ho no eye rice family mu di no friends and family mu di no ho no say ye okay dia then ye betimi ato aso na ye da batu anuanom anim if you say many times no go for pay investment aye but omunya anuanom so pay investors but no omunya omo pay partnership but no omunya enti ene dai ye die no se ye be as a bridge who are we investment omo so we investors and as a partnership eni gie mu ye nyina ye ni nkomo no obia anye ne homework me ma ye me homework no mama Mr. Adams akọ me wi am de mic ne be ma no ono be ka de okọ hu ye bibia Mr. Adams enye obia se oyobia wona na wo hwe Mr. Naziro eniema so Ghana ametima fa se o ye ni chief manager me ba cho me bo na se ne partner anka sa yeah enti the moment here or ye Mr. Naziro manager no that means say no you trustworthy a person and until Mr. Naziro kwan and o ma me kwan and am soma no from baby no walking tampo to Navrongo and they could do all 2 days I think so and I said 3 days I mean ka odo abeka no masem it will call hwe bibia wa so baby bibia video so call yin na wo but me person ne me no mi no ye hwe ho na ye ho dwumadie bi se ye beboa ma onuanom edwumadie yakoso but at the same time yeso benya income abaye bottom okay Mr. Clifford me mo akwa baby
Thank you. I'll be speaking English because my tree is not connecting. So I'll be doing English. Yeah.
Wo de said the osika no and ano no first twi na asa frame. Wo de twi na na nyina be se esua. Wo ntimi a be beduro na de English na frame. Me ma na ha. Ye nyina be to ase. Why?
Well,
Because
I'll try though.
enyegru sikatia na nipa no oba nche no discount bo be ka say me nua sika ni nie. On ka say my friend, this is the money. Why no?
Uh, all right.
That's good. Yeah, that's a say. You told your suffer na odi ani je mo wasa ba se o pese oni ebedi nkomo na wo chire nema bebrebe what the conditions ya for investors no aba a o abeyi mo akire na o mo so etie enuanom enye sika hu bia na o mu hian kesi bia o name commitment ya ebeboa ma o man Ghana na ebeboa yankasa ti Mr. Adams mpacha kwa aba. Oh. Hello, Mr. Adams. Pachatimika. Okay. Yeah, train say Mr. Adams beba no. Because say be shase no be say Mr. Adams be boy amane e wo suma eni die mu ye suma no ko na vrongo no. Enema okohu ye adanse e wom eni bibia no. Be say ono ade ba na obeka. Na oka wie na afi no. Yama Mr. Crayford ade ayi questions ya ene de eho. But before say yeah train say Mr. Adams beba no Mr. Crayford say jumadi na mudie no na vrongo no ako level be na modu sabre ansa na yeah Mr. Adam aba.
All right. So now we are expanding now. For this season, we've started planting and we started clearing the lands, and we are already in the thick of the season. The farming season have started here, so July, August, and we've started clearing. When Adams even went, I'm sure he went to the farm, so he saw the work that was being done. I also was at the farms just 2 weeks ago. I'm back in Accra now, so we are clearing and we are planting now. So waiting for the season to kick off, which has already been is going on at our side. Others have planted already, but we too, due to the quantities that we are planting this season, so we aren't done with the planting yet, but we are on it.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah that's it. Mr. Adams pacha what think kan?
Mete wo nka paa.
Me pacha kwa aba.
Ɛyɛ mo pra.
Me ji se ho ye na boko so.
Bɔkɔ nyame adom.
Ele nyame ase. Me hu se ye boss penin so e wo kira wa kire say we are here nti. Yes okay. Mr.
Saa.
Adams said the name no ye de anidie SOS de anidie ba wo ho e be srɛ wo wo mo afri Mr. Nazir nche ene wo ma akwan sɛ wutimi kɔ ukọ na vrongo no so no e de na ukọ ya akohu ye ubetima kyerɛkyerɛ mu bibi biara a ukohu ye a kyerɛ busuafo because based on the ukohu ye no ene nuanom so begina so decide sɛ o me dey on be yi sika e de akọ invest na sɛ o mo invest me da ase.
Yo. Na edi kan mɛda wase bebree na mada etiefoɔ ne ahwɛfoɔ nyinaa nso ase. Na sɛnea odi kan ɛkaeɛ no. Osuma me no mekɔ na Vrango hɔ no precisely from BC. Mekɔ nso mekɔtoo Mr. Crayford ne partner baako a yɛfrɛ no Mr. Foster. Na ɔno nso ɔde me kyerɛkyerɛ ɔmo mfom nyinaa a mekɔɛ. First of all mekɔhwɛ ɔmo nsase initially yɛkɔ 100 acres of rice farm. That particular day no kora no ɔmo ɛyɛ plowing ɛwɔ saa asase no so. Actually yɛ time kɔhwɛ 80 acres. Oh.
Okay.
La.
Okay. And I'm yeah, Mr. Adams na wasaba back and I'm saying phone and kaya to fuma na say yanja. I hope say bibia boko. Na wabe chere ye niema no. Deɛ mepɛ sɛ mema yɛhunu sɛ anuanom ɛyɛ dwumadie wei ɔmo yɛ dwumadie no Mr. Crayford no bɛtumi aka afiri wɔ no mu how many years na mowɔ mo rice farming?
All right. So for us, we've been doing this for a long time, almost 10 years now. Somewhere 2015, 2016, that Foster started. He started first, so he started doing this somewhere 2015, 2016, and later somewhere 2017, 18, I joined, and since then we've been working together, and we've been looking for funding and also trying other options, self-funding and working up till now. So now we're at the stage where we are looking to expand. We want to take the market to the next level. We want to align with the government's policies of feeding Ghana or feeding the people. And we want to take advantage of that. So that's why we are here, selling our idea or selling what we are doing to people, so that if whoever has the capacity and wants to do this with us should come on board. So yeah, the experience is there. It is not something that we are going to do try and error. We already have been doing this for years. And just to add, we actually started processing rice in 2022. Before then, we were processing, but officially, when we were certified by FDA to process and sell rice in Ghana, that was in 2022. So 2023, we had rice in the market and all that. However, we decided to put that part of the business on hold based on the cost that's involved. So Family and Friends Rice is a brand that's already in the market. It's a brand that has already been seen by the consumer, that has already been accepted by the consumer. However, we're limited by capacity due to funding deficiency. So we weren't able to keep on that particular part of the business running. So we kept that on hold while focusing on the farming side and looking to raise funding so that we can kickstart the processing again. So today, as we are having this conversation, if people come in and they are interested and we get more than the target we are looking for this season, perhaps we could then begin talking about pushing that into the processing, because all we need now is to get the equipment for the processing and set up the processing plant. If we're able to get the funding, we could kick that off today, because we already have the certification. We don't need to go and begin testing rice and all that. We have the certification from FDA and we are licensed to do that.
Wow. Well, adeɛ baako a ɔka yɛ me the particular thing sɛ o say you already have the licenses. Ɛnyɛ sɛ afei na wobɛwie na wakasɛ bi a wokɔ process to gain the FDA permission no ne nti rice na adeɛ deɛ mo already no mo wɔ mu dada.
Yeah.
Ɛna certificate mo wɔ dada. Nti
Yeah.
what I've left in say the machine. Meboa.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Nti machine processing machine. Any so far no kakra beboa mo na motimi conclude for cultivation na mo hia meboa.
So for now, our immediate focus is funding for this season. That's between now and October, where the farming season is. Okay. So that's our immediate focus, because getting the equipment is quite expensive. That runs into millions of cedis, over a million Ghana cedis. Okay. Which is something. It's a long-term plan. Okay. If this funding had come in 2023, we would have set up the factory, but we couldn't get the funding, so we decided to shelve that particular part and focus on the funding. And last year we did over 200 acres. So this year we are expanding to 300 acres. So that's why we are in the market looking for partners to invest in, so that we can be able to farm for this season. So after this, when people have invested and they've gotten back their money at the end of the farming season, and they know that okay, these guys they are more than capable, then they can come over and then we'll sit and have a conversation around long-term partnership, which is the factory, because a factory is not a short-term thing. This one is a short-term thing because it's basically within 4 or 5 months and you'd be getting your money back. But the factory is a long-term investment.
Okay. Wow. Ebusia for mamo kakra insight kakra. So far no ye Misana Zero also hopeful so join later na or so abechere niema kakra. Yesuma Mr. Adams man ko na ye twensen ko beba na obeka okọ na vrongo ho no okude okohu ye no enemo mu hia no enye no nko se yetimi eka ye hu bomu a se yetimi kan hu bomu a hopeful se ye make no message no beba yie se yetimi kan hu bomu a what de nuane mu busa no enye din ma ye de nuane mu busa no enye din ma ye se yetimi kan hu bomu a de nuane busa enye din ma ye because abre no mu hia no oka no for 4 months omu hia this thing na omu hia na say you know founding no na ye wie na say 4 months ni wie na say bibia ye okay na say obi antiase wo bibia wie na then say ye betena say aka say okay any ye set up say Mr. Nazir wo ho one the machines no ebeye wo the cost ba say ni say ya ka bom found omo so be fa me say ye na ka bom ni set ayi enkan say rice production ho certificate bi ho I think say ade a eto asomu but enonti ene ye hie mu ha no me di link na atom obi a o questions bia no na ne gye ho no wo de brabebu sa questions no onu ananimu asem na enu kan kire de hia wo no na fe yenko yenso questions a ye de be ma omo so akire ti de din kan ye nua ye senior ye mpanifo no ba ko the question aba senior comment was say how many of you are in this project, please?
All right, so basically it's my colleague Foster and myself, so 2 of us. However,
Okay.
we have people who we employ on part-time basis to work. We have a tractor, so we have people who are operating that tractor for us.
Okay.
And as the season goes by, we employ laborers, so clearing the lands, harvesting, packaging, and everything. We employ people, so those are temporary staff because we do not want to burden ourselves with having to pay salary every month when we are not running, because for farming it ends after the farming season is over. We are not doing 2 seasons, we only do 1 season.
Okay.
So we currently do not have permanent people apart from myself and the Foster, so we are 2.
Okay. Yeah. The senior comment, I think say a question no any answer no the buy no oh yeah okay so when you okay so senior say well when him say la need that you know so we be fair obetim the ba ebusian for the entire mechanic say ya can operation feed Ghana government and so the policy aba say the edro no aka say ye be take the action. I know 100% sure say investment be a risk taking. Investment be an risk taking. Even se would sika ko show sumi ase kura na kanina na ma memudi sika she sumi ase no na sika no enkurati mi wi sika no minim se mo kai sa de ya na wodi sika she ehye no enkura na sika no na ntuma ko enkusie enkurati mi ko de ko twi sika na we enti no kura ampo kura na de na risk taking despite the fact say na de eno the safest ya na wo ho enti risk ni de wo ho but say yetimi can bomu a I'm telling you say saa deɛ we kakra na anuanom de aba no yɛtumi aka bom na yɛyɛ diligence together na yɛtumi asɛte nneɛma app a within 4 months no yɛbɛtumi ade nneɛma ade papa bi aba ɔman Ghana ebi sɛ already no ɔmo wɔ family mu already ɔmo wɔ yɛ aka deɛ aka ɛno nti momma yɛnhyia na yɛni ho nkɔmmɔ momma yɛnhyia na yɛni nkɔmmɔ senior mpakyɛ akɔ aba
yeah, boss. And I think sir, you know about my child, any where you my palm way. All that I wanted to know is what's more chance yeah, kakrami be PSO 2020 was at saying. Along the line, not every year, not how much maybe don't be specific, but nam pese me who say nam me make it something of it now. I don't know some part
you, if I understand, you are talking about profits.
Yeah, I just want to know how maybe were there some sales. Don't worry about the profit, but I just want to know if there were some sales or something like that with your project.
Yeah. So with that, we've always been able to sell all our produce.
Okay.
At a point when we're producing, that's when we're processing the rice ourselves. If you check on our Facebook page, that's Family and Friends Rice, you would see the packaging for our rice. And I don't know if Charlie can also show you some of them. But when we are processing, we used to even bring some to Accra here and sell. That's the processed rice. Apart from that, the paddy rice, we had people who are these processing companies that are in asking for them, and apart from it, we also have people that we supply them to. So selling it is not a big issue for us, and we have always been able to sell. That's why we are even expanding the capacity, because if you produce rice and you're unable to sell them, you wouldn't want to even increase by 1 acre. But we've been able to always increase every year because of the ability to sell them off.
Okay, thank you. So right now, it's like you need expansion, right?
Yeah, we want to expand.
You want to expand. So what's your target when you're talking of expansion? Because meaning you can work within your capacity already. So what kind of expansion are you looking for?
So
I'm just asking some of these questions so that it will help some of the people listening.
Oh yeah, I get it. You know, so this year we are targeting 300 acres. We've secured the land and I've started working on 300 acres of land. So this is our beginning days. The video is our beginning days. So I don't know if you have the new. This is where we started from. At this time we hadn't gotten the FDS certification yet. So on the expansion, we are looking to cultivate 300 acres of rice land farm this year, and that's why we are asking for funding, because previously we're doing less. We're doing sometimes under 200 acres, and as you are increasing the capacity, that means you need more people for labor and then other things, input, fertilizer, and other things that you need. So that's why we are here asking for or looking for the funding. Yeah, so we want to hit 300 acres. If let's say we had gotten the funding earlier on, somewhere in the March, April, maybe we could have even gotten up to 400. But if we want to do that now, it'll cripple us. So our target is 300 acres this year.
Okay. Maybe somebody might be listening, and that person might like to know. So how much are you guys asking for? How much are you guys looking? So that in case maybe one person can provide, a couple of people can come together and maybe work on that. And what should be their expectation in terms of profits, margins, and stuff like that? What are they getting? Because people would like to know that.
All right. So I know just on the picture that's on the screen, I don't know if you can change to the new one that we sent. This one is It's like our baby days, so we are now like adults in it. So it show the new ones. So on the how much are we expecting? The minimum we expect is 100,000 Ghana cedis. Our target is 400. We don't want more than 400 cedis for now, because with 400 cedis, it will help us to be able to handle what we want to do. And how much would people be getting? So we have a range from 10 to 15%, 10 to 15%, and that based on the what time the person is bringing in the funding. This is a period we are in the thick of business and we are seriously looking for support. So those who are coming early definitely will get a higher percentage. Those that come later on, somewhere in August or after, we are expecting to give them the lower percentage, because by then we would have already done much of the heavy lifting, and it means those people are coming in after already we have a lot of the variables that are unknown now would have been known by then. So yeah, that's the range we are offering. However, we are open to negotiating with whoever is interested in coming. I'm sure we will not sign the deal here on YouTube, but so whoever is interested would then we would have that private discussion, and then we have documents, contracts that should be signed. So once we discuss and then agree on the settle on the figures, then we can each sign those contracts, and then we begin.
Okay, thank you. I was asking all these questions because somebody might be listening, and normally it's the numbers that makes people love to invest.
Yeah.
People would like to do some calculations and see, like the way, let's say we're trying to say, oh, if a group of people can come together and let's say raise the 100,000, somebody will
Yeah.
be doing the calculations. Okay, if 10 people comes together, how much am I getting and stuff like that. But you see, that is why I'm asking all these questions, and it will enable me as well. Maybe I will love to invest, or maybe others that will love to invest. So I'll say thank you so much. I think I'll rest my case here for now. Then the host can take over.
All
In
right.
case
So
I have
thank
any
you. Thank you for the questions. And as I said, this our what we are offering. So if anybody is interested, and investment is all about coming to consensus on what should be given and what should be taken. So whoever is interested, we are open to negotiation, to want to have that negotiation, have that discussion. How much are you bringing on board? And we basically want to pay people back at the end of the farming season, which is December, January. We should at least be making all those payments and all that. So it shouldn't go beyond February. So we don't want the money to be with us for a long time. So that's it. Just by way of information too.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. I think I'll be coming in again so that Mr. Charles will take over the show. Thank you.
All right. Charles, I can't hear you.
Yeah,
I know if
sorry,
you are
sorry.
muted.
Yeah, you're unmuted. Okay, Boss Comet, God bless you. That's say questions now. The my questions about my church go for the meantime. You know, I'm saying, and you know, ako I perfect. Now, senior me pacho na yenya bema Mr. Jacob. Was say how long have been doing this rice farming, please?
Oh, okay. So as I said at the start, we've been doing this for close to 10 years now. So my colleague Foster, he has at least 10 years experience in this, and I also have close to more than 5 years. So from 2015, he started and he was in his, he hasn't had a break since then. And me says 2018 thereabout, I also joined, and we've been in this for that. Yeah. I know if that's okay, Jacob.
Yeah, Mr. Jacob Bacho say you okay, say you okay so me start the link in it to obi o timi fa so ba na obechere wadwene anaso bebusa de foforo ebujanfo yenua Mr. Crayford Okasano or say 100,000.
That's the minimum we are asking for.
The
but
minimum,
our target is 400,000. So.
Yeah, target, 400, but the minimum for at least for this season, in order say betting me conclude this season, and now for the next season, dear, after Bibia ye ekosi okay, yet me arrange it said the boss watching, shall say kakra for banana ababe go bebrebe sa pepepe eti an American every investment bia no e won a risk taking and as one take risk so a no de eja sika no ye wo dia enti risk no so no duru ho so a one also ye de take the risk no me de ma famu de my mama Miss Adams. Unfortunately Miss Adams I'm say be bibia I hope say nye serious because na o sha se so kasa na ade no ko ye na mti se no kasa wo chinti na I hope say nye serious. Miss Adams akoho wakohwehwe omo farms no wakohwehwe okoduru kromo no ansana obe me ka mu kakra kire mu ansana wo show ne ho atu wo mo no akire mu se maba ne me no odinkan eko potipoti eko de ko busebusa o mase I think say Mr. Crayford, I'm sorry say never see ye sadie no nye say bia na ye intrasemo and answer bisa never say ye because obi a oba bia no obeti asem na oba aba be investment no obeka so obeti no SOS no the minimum part never say me ye dey me so no me take na me enti ebusuafo SOS ye dey to ye also ye somai. And I said, the make I said, me somai through Mr. Naziro, no, enko penny for no me adwuma Ghana, no, mo ko hwe. Bibia ye okay ho. Enti won so oba board no invest wo mu a. Won so pay wo family, anaso obi a wo trust no wo Ghana. No so nko, no so fa ni nye dai enko hwe. No mo churchill bibia mu. Said the be ya, won so wo de no, se eno so beto de me kan so de a na asembie yo because what I want to say about the Nyamiya Duma Ghana Operation Feed Ghana no ebetima I take you off whether with government or without government ebetima dey and you are no mun so be almost be feed Ghana yes to see mun say be dey ye be boa obi opeso feed Ghana so dey na dwuma na dey akoso enti say the misika no media me the link na to this is a business opportunity investment opportunity the opeso ye through this Mr. Naziro nso so ne made nkomo a nyame ya adoma machinery ewo ho group na be invest with the same way mu na no that the same group na no kwakoto machinery a ebeboa ama omo nso so dwumadi no mu ye no the same group na ho no akoso enti enye percentage ye a ubenya free omo wonko at the same time no machine na motor na adwuma no so no eno so the percentage here dey ba enti at the end of the year no modua mo bibia you okay family and friends the bibia ba board bibia you okay but at the same time so no machinery na motor no so adwuma bibia you okay adanko family and friends efuo mu no ekoba bi foforo akoye adwuma eno so di sika eba enti also we use bottom sika and they said yes I'm sorry also sika na dey we ba but a opportunity a wo trans na wo assess a wo be won say eto asomo na nse nyere ento asomo enti Mr. Crayford dey train the next ABA questions and answer foforo no what dey conditions, terms and conditions no breme no o chere bibia kama na o can bibi to say lawyer enti we no terms and conditions no mo lawyer na a drafty bibia ma mo na se na mo drafty na mo de come lawyer nso won hwe
So it is teamwork. We give our input and then the lawyer does whatever is supposed to be done. So why are we doing that? We are doing that because we want to protect ourselves and protect the investors. We don't want that somebody brings his money and tomorrow it is like, oh, the person brought 200,000 and you tell the person he brought 150 cities, 1,000. Or the person brings 150,000 and then next year he says, oh, I brought 200,000. So it is just a way to ensure that both parties agree, and when it is signed, you have your document, we have my document, we have the copy of it. So that's your proof that you kept your money with us, and we also took your money. So yeah, it is a teamwork that we did with our lawyer to have that document. Of course, we are not lawyers. So I'm not a lawyer. I'm a digital marketer and a web developer. So I'm not a lawyer. Foster too is a nurse, so he's not a lawyer. So we can't do that.
Wow. Meaning say ba marketing na we already know we digital marketing nti no eba wa and I can say me ton kwa de me patch me ba eba kwa na ne to kwa de say one be hwe amoma de ato nti that's good mo why de Mr. Kwame patch ultimate kasa.
Yo, okay. Yeah, my brother. I just want to verify something, and it will also help those listening. You talking of people coming to invest. These people coming to invest, are they investing to be part of it, or their money is going to be like a loan?
It is not kind of a stock investment. So it is not something that they would invest and then it becomes a stock that they own the company, part of the company for a period, because it is a short-term kind of arrangement that we are looking to fill a funding gap, which is for a 5 months or 6 month period. So it could be considered a loan in a way, but I don't want to call it a loan because, yeah, but it could be considered a loan. But I see it as an investment, a short-term investment that you are putting your money in something, and or you are using your money to buy a particular product, and you wait after a number of months, then you sell it to get something extra. However, in this case, you are not buying a product. You are investing into a seed that will be planted on the ground. And after a number of months, you either take rice as payment or you take money as payment, depending on the option that you feel is okay for you.
Okay, meaning you have a model that you're using, right?
Yes.
So you have to let us know the kind of model you have, because that will also let somebody know how they're going to be part of this particular investment.
All right. So this particular investment, as we are working through SOS. We are using SOS as the vehicle to mobilize this funding. So whatever arrangement that SOS and the people that Mr. Nasri and Koda are working with are going to do, we don't have inner knowledge of that. What we have is that we do the farming and we are waiting for money. If the money comes, we are assuring that we are giving you this percentage of your money as interest plus your capital that you are investing in the business. So we don't want to, if an individual is coming, that's fine. But what I'm seeing is Mr. Nasri and Co are going to organize and have the funding coming in as a unit. So we are working with them or whoever they are putting forward as a contact person. However, it is an individual also coming forward. As I said, Mr. Charles have said, we have a document that have been prepared guiding the whoever is coming on board and what kind of relationship we are having. And as I said earlier on, our payment structure, we want to pay latest by February. We want to finish paying everybody latest by February, because by November we should be harvesting or finish harvesting, and should be able to sell and pay off our investors or creditors by the end of February. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you. If there's anything to pop up, I'll pop up again and let you guys know. Thank you, Mr. Charles. Thank you.
Oh, and that's the thing, yeah. Mo. Mr. Crayford, how much is 5 kg, 25 kg, and 50 kg bag if one want to invest or buy?
So I don't know if the person is asking for about milled rice, or that's the processed one, or paddy rice, because for paddy rice we don't have 50 kg, 25 and 5 kg. We only package our own in 200 kg, and that's at the current rate is 1,000 cedis. That's the 200 kg paddy rice, the one that you just harvest from the farm, not processed with their husk. So that one is we package in 200 kg, and that is 1,000 cedis at the current market price. However, that is a variable that's changing, so it depending on the season or the market, or even where you are buying it from at that time, it could be different, higher or low. When we're selling, when we're processing, that's when we used to process 5 kg, we used to sell 80 cedis. Then later, the highest we sold 5 kg was 100 Ghana cedis, when prices of goods was very high in Ghana here. And 25 kg, we had a 450 cedis at some point. So yeah, the price often varied based on the market and the cost of production. It was really expensive for us to process at the time, so our rice was one of the most expensive ones in the market at the time.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Auntie Ness, I hope say a question. Oh, you're okay. So when you're okay, I know my man who na what's our back. Nyamia ya dom yensaka your boss na nkasa na yɛbɛhwɛ sɛ ɔno nso wɔ biribi ka, because unfortunately Mr. Adams yɛlusu no kakra, wantumi ani amfa ne feedback ɔkɔhu no na vrongo no ama nti Mr. Naziru mpacho akɔ aba.
Hey, Chasi, on here, dear.
Nyamia dom me great number chonso
We start the program. Now me or more something I'm enjoy anymore.
Yeah, not to say I see them cry 8 o'clock as usual, but
unfortunately, me message, you know, yeah. Adam, so I freelance, so I'm saying maybe network problem.
Yeah, I think say BBC, because na also maybe more no modern light in Obama money, but also light be a support you know, image, you know, I'm out me. But yeah, no phone call from you know, I hope for say any idea serious, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because no, just some actual last time no the
machines, you know.
Machines no come chinta ko. Inti ka no ko say o chinta just side ho.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll catch them.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Mr. Kwamet Bisa, you know, most of the necessary questions. Though now me call off kakra. Can we say maybe Mr. Clayford based on the conversation we had the last time, you know, farming have its challenges, and it's not like they have a dam over there. So I remember asking whether, you know, if some, you know, uncertainty happened, maybe, you know, they couldn't realize the, how do you call it, the yield they were expecting. Yeah. So what are the conditions, like people who invested in the project, what are the conditions when it comes to that? Let's say they couldn't realize, you know, the expected yield. And, you know, people have invested. As I said the last time, when you go to a bank, you know, for a loan, The bank doesn't care whether you achieve your aim of coming for the loan. They will, they will still go, they will still come for you for their money. So in terms of those, we never know what are the conditions for, for people who have invested their money in the project.
All right. So just like I explained during the call the other time,
Yeah.
yeah, farming is a risky business, and especially those of us who depend on rain fed is kind of risky somehow. The so while we don't pray for misfortunes like bad rains and then fires and all that, but we know that they can always come. So
Yeah.
as I said, if we at the end of the day we are not able to get the expected yield, and we see that we cannot fund the repayment of what has been invested, we would engage the investors and renegotiate the terms of payment. As we are targeting to finish paying everybody by February, if that could not be done because of things that we can't control and we didn't get the expected yield, we can renegotiate that, or we would want to renegotiate that to have it towards the next season. And definitely that would be done with everybody in agreement. We don't take decisions alone. And as I also said, once your money comes with us, you are going to be in the know of everything that's happening. So we don't want it to be like we are doing the farming and you are in the dark. And then when it comes to paying the money back, then we come and tell you, oh, we didn't get the expected yield. When things were going, when there were signs that you were not going to get the expected yield, did you let the investor know? If we didn't do that, then we can't come and tell that we didn't get the expected yield, because honestly, we all want to be transparent. And as I said, this is just the beginning for the partnership between us and whoever is coming on board, because we are looking at the bigger, the long-term future where we can process the rice in large quantities and then export. That's if the government has lifted a ban on exporting rice in Ghana, then we can export to other countries and all that. So yeah, we would be transparent with the communication, let everyone know what's happening, and if it is on a situation that is beyond our control and we cannot keep to the commitment of paying back as scheduled, then we would sit down with the investors to renegotiate whatever that is supposed to be done.
Okay. Okay, well, explain. I believe you guys will, pitch that into the contract, right? Like the
Yeah,
conditions.
that is inside the contract already. I'm
Yeah.
sure Charles
My
has seen it.
my ankasa my custody ma ready.
Okay. So that's what I wanted to ask.
Thanks. Now, for Mr. Nazir na make an on abano said the make no through this venture no and finish what I say this 4 months more investing more ama or more amount to know my and one said yeah Mr. Clifford can say nyame adwene ye na ye besa atenase ehun say the ekoye nie bibia okay ye pese ye kono long term and as another short term, but at the same time no Mr. Nazir so I ready so obey day the same group na no through that group na so obey use that group na ama use so farm equipment ya machinery and so betimi use so day aye nyuma and so betimi afechi sika day as a passive income so day ediaba nti opportunity be a me na make on, but once so tenase na utie na uhwese de siko na ya tu emre ni esie ni I think say bibia is clear say bibi nya okre so na busa Mr. Clifford, me pacho, you were 3 questions I say.
Okay.
Who do you sell your rice to?
we don't discriminate. Anybody that wants to buy rice, we sell to. So when we used to process them and package them in small quantities, we have people that were in the market, that some shop owners that we just supply to, people who express interest in being our outlet, so we supply to them. However, we also have sometimes supply these assemblies, those assemblies during December, when they are buying things for their, so we
Wow.
supply to some of them.
Yeah.
And apart from that, there are people who also process rice around. There's a factory there that process at Fombisi that process rice. So there are people that we also sell rice to, and we sell our rice in Kumasi mostly. We send our rice to Kumasi. We have our customers in Kumasi that we send the paddy rice to and go and sell to them. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, may that's it. Next question. Are there
Okay.
any existing Mr. Nazim Pachamba, Mami, and you will say, are there any existing
Okay.
offtake?
Any
Existing offtake?
okay, so I don't know if you can explain that, if you can expand that a bit for me.
Okay, it's like, let's say I own a milling company, rice milling company. Then I've assured you that you guys should farm, and I'm going to buy the rice from you. So I just wanted to find out, let's say there's a company out there that has also assured you guys that when you guys get maybe your rice, we're going to supply it to schools or something like that. So it's like, there's a direct market for it. And
Yeah, so,
if there's something like that, all this will help you. I'm doing all this so that it helps you. If there's something like that, you need to sign an agreement with them. And that agreement, an investor will love to see, because that will help the investor to know that marketing it will be faster and they can get their money.
yeah, so as I said, we often sell our rice at Kumasi. We have people at Kumasi that we sell to. So not kind of people that give us assurance that farm, we are coming to take, let's say, 100 bags, 200 bags. Now we don't have those
So
agreements with people.
yeah,
We
so you sell
often
to
look
like
at
individual shops and stuff like that.
no, because we it's paddy rice, so mostly it's not shops that actually buy them. People who buy to either process and stuff like that. And we've had approaches from some companies also asking for rice to process. However, we sometimes also refuse some people because of our strategies, because we have people that we want to supply to in Kumasi. So if somebody is coming and we are looking at the quantities the person is going to buy, it is going to affect the demand that we are going to meet in Kumasi. We sometimes can also refuse some. However, as I said, we have people in Kumasi that we supply our rice to every year, but we do not have agreements with them, because we want to get our price based on the market price, based on the best price that are available. Yeah, except the person is bringing us money as an investment, or the person is investing some money in the farm and saying, okay, I am investing this, and I want to buy your rice in when you produce, let's say 100 bags or 200 bags. Apart from some of those ones that we have, sometimes because we take money from them, we do not have off takers, like you said. No, no
Okay.
agreements, no specific agreements with companies. We don't have specific
Okay.
agreements. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think there's another question that follows.
Yeah. What are some of the major problems you have experienced?
So the major problems is funding. As I said, funding is a major problem we have, because we've been doing this for a long time, and if the funding was there, we would have expanded bigger than beyond this. Apart from that, storage facilities are also problems for farmers, not just us, but farmers in most parts of the country. So you have this large amount of rice, you need spaces to store them. Not maybe inside your room or somewhere, but you need a nice place, a nice warehouse that you can store them and all that. So those are some things. Yeah, we have some warehouses that we store our rice, but maybe if we have the capacity, we could build better ones and bigger ones so that we can store that. And also transporting goods. If Mr. Adams was here, he would have been able to give that experience. The road linking even from BC to Navrongo is something that you would think twice before using sometimes. So moving the goods from the farms to those areas, busy towns like Navrongo, and then onwards to Kumasi and stuff like that, sometimes it's a big deal. We don't have a car. We have a tractor, but we don't have a car. So we don't have a truck that we can use to ferry those goods. So those are some of the challenges that we face. But if I am to rank them, the most important or the biggest one is the funding. If we have the funding, we will be able to solve most of all those problems.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. But you realize you were talking about weather. So I think weather can also be a problem. Ever since you started, have you not had any weather issue, and because of that, it's affected your production?
I basically didn't mention the weather because that one is let's say kind of a natural problem that you basically cannot stop, and it affects not just us but all farmers.
Okay.
If it is an issue of fire, yeah, we can say fire, but we've not experienced fire at our farms so far.
Okay.
So
thank you so
but
much.
yeah.
Yeah, good explanations. Thank you.
Mr. Naziro, now we'll be kind of.
Let me say about the equipment now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Adam score. I mean, there's a lot of like potential in case of like in terms of people who want to like invest in like you know, the farming equipment, you know, especially like combined harvest, because from the idea of the culture, it's like a big rice farming community.
Yeah.
And I know Clifford will even testify to that you know, there's a lot of potential if people want to invest in like the, you know, farming equipment. So I know the Becca, and it's just about, you know, the rice. Let me say last time catch us and another friend Yakasai. It is our initiative, no, so you best spread it across the various platforms, you know. If we are able to achieve that, you know, that initiative, no, I think so every year, Clifford Musa Mukbeye Juma. Ya desire equipment no be ho na akwa Juma ma na enye omu kwa because Adam score no see one who like this, you know, there's a lot of potential over there.
Yeah.
If you don't want to invest in the rice project, you know, you can invest in the, you know, the farming equipment, which have a lot of potential over there. And then the young kind no because I know soon need the beba medina na kasa. Internusu beba be tujwa.
Yeah, but the name sorry, the name make the tema me deba and say maybe say obi hunu say ba oba no abe investment no enye so oba say bi obeye just 3 months bi na we are na over. Because Jumadi na Mr. for the more year no a long term project and
and there's a lot of business to you know around it.
That's it. The moment now wawura mu say idea say yeah why you ready so be investment for what they are telling no the omoka no onye wura mu ye na then I said the wawura free mu no ubie main gate no and Mr. Clifford my main gate no onye wura mu ye na then you see say there's a inner door ni nyina ye be e kambo ma at the same house compound house no e si ho no enti na mpese me ma obi hunu se ba oba na nye se bia onye tua de obeso tua na so obeso investment na obeye ni wie na for 4 months no November no na owie na se no de wi no but it's idea from starting, you know, this is it. But quiet to the sense, say, Nipa Ndokas, okay, then I'm fed enough. And I said, no, Mama Meniaje, Mama any Yenfa and take it to another level. Until and me person, machine and Nibam said, the Nipa who say, when you say be a Okoko or do money be an S and one is over.
Yeah.
Yeah, me person made the air cannon. Mr. Grifford.
Yeah.
Yeah, was let me say 10 minutes again, and I say 15 minutes left. Me jama wakasa na the moment that I'm say for the Casanianum video mobeshe Mr. Adams call or mohono I dance any video so they buy any bina me showcase sabre no na mohono. By the time goes on no me na single abe baba to Facebook ni WhatsApp community ni YouTube nya na obi anya bia de ahwe mo se de omo ka no enye se bia gro no de omo die nti Mr. Clifford
Yeah.
me ma free ayi the camera nanim kan de opese woka they say Mr. Naziro be kan de or they be confirm me ma kan de me feeling yeah
In Patro Manchowa, no, me person for being calm. I don't want the potential investors to just rely on the information we give to them. And so maybe if the person is interested and want to invest his money, maybe he can also send a family member that a trustworthy family member. No one kosher idea because we don't just want them to rely on based on just the information the braille at the end of the day homework no ama obi akosher it is obi also a potential investor onu so obeti na asuma na Clifford no already onu Accra na se nipa no pese onu so onko na brongo ho a won kosher maybe nipa no a o Ghana no onu no best stand there man o Ghana. And that's what I just wanted to add.
yeah
I think so the person shouldn't just rely on the information we are giving out.
Yeah, me that say need the on so waka na say the maybe na afi na obi join enti no say the nana edu aka no nana do me pacho me mo akwa aba say the nana edu aka no me sha ase no any during the me kan dada say for this particular project in kono bibia no we say no me ama edey maboka ayede am yakobu some information say edey bibia ayede aba. But just before say be ba tuja nti wo a wo betie no wo wie so a also your diligence nti onu aso so be ma obesoma amoma kohwe nti wo de ne beto ye de na ye de aba so de a then obia no say we okay because investment there a risk taking and a fact a logic nti no wo ye ye yibio but one take investment one take risk so that's a nti say dem Sanaziro kan na make to say medinka kan dem Sanaziro so kan ato so me dan ase medium we showcase Asia me ma say enkoye thanks to Mr. Naziro ni money the partner omu eteki say ombeko no makohwe bibia no information am me dey aba no dia kan over to you Nanadu ebusa say Mr. Clifford Nanadu ebusa say how much does the group intend to invest? But Nanadu, I think say Mr. Clifford work for the the minimum na Mr. Nanadu so something.
All right. So we are looking for 400,000 Ghana cedis. That's the maximum we are looking for. But the minimum if we get, we wouldn't mind. The minimum is 100,000 Ghana cedis, but the maximum we want is 400,000 Ghana cedis for this season. That's this farming season.
Okay. So Mr. Metia 100,000 minimum, a maximum of 400,000 because of for this season. I already started.
Yeah.
Yeah. Inti Nanadu opening Nanadu mpacho said you nyanka group no a best set up no through this life no I think so mo be share say with this amount na 100,000 you know. Said be ya obia no e be try because start small no na the behind there yan dey ka no. Nti I think says a group no share say with 300,000 be share say then whatever it is need there mpanifo mo be anymore no omo abehwe how we be say na mo na mo be decide there mo betimi ade arrange. Nti eno de ejina mo ankasa nso so mo titiro but omo de the minimum of 100,000 omo hia for omo de ye dia omo say omo de na agreement no enwie pay Mr. Clifford ye twen say obi the question for beba na say bi obi beba begusa bibi no wa hwe camera nanim na anya say we convince obi o say you say yourself say what you are saying. Okay, won't convince you because una wouldn't the way quality na crowd no una wouldn't quality no and may also transmit this that sensation, that feeling no the one you're free.
All right. So thanks again to everyone watching us or who would ever watch this later. Rice farming is a lucrative business, I should say. Why? Because it is a product that is in sought in Ghana. Like the country is not able to produce enough to meet demand. So we basically import about half of what we need into the country. And the 2024-2025 market year, we are expected to import about to consume about 1.7 million metric tons of rice, and out of that we are importing over half of it. That means the demand is there, but the production is not able to meet the capacity. So there is no way that you produce the rice and you wouldn't get market for it. If you are 10 people and they are sitting here, I'm sure if we ask who didn't eat rice today, it will only be one or two people that raise their hand, but all of us might have eaten rice today or anything related to rice. So rice is something that is in demand in the market. Second to maize. So apart from maize, rice is the most in-demand food in Ghana here. And we've been doing this. It's not something that we are not coming to try and see how it is going to work. We have experience in it, we've been in it, and we know that it works. That's why we are asking for people to come on board and let us grow together. If it was something that we weren't so sure, we wouldn't want to take somebody's money because my credibility is at stake. Foster's credibility is at stake. He's a nurse. I'm also a professional, so we wouldn't want to tarnish our image by taking somebody's money and not being able to deliver. But because we know the value that it will bring, the benefit that it will bring to all that would put their faith and then money in it, that's why we are here, been in this process for some months now, working with Charles and Nasru and Adams. So yeah, if you have the money and you want to invest, we are open. As I told Mr. Charles at the beginning, this is just a starting for us because we are looking at the bigger future. We went a step ahead by going to FDA to get the license to produce rice, sell in Ghana, and then export. So, however, we kept that on pause because of the cost of production, the cost of processing the rice. It wasn't making financial sense for us to continue processing because we don't have a processing plant, we don't have our own equipment, so we have to go pay somebody to process it for us and all those things, which wasn't making economic sense for us. So that's why we kept a stop to that, and we decided to focus 100% on the farming. So with the farming ongoing, and we are looking to pick up that particular part of the business later. And if you happen to come on board as an early investor in this project, in the farming project, you would have been able to establish that relationship with us, and you would be part of the people that will get to know about the next opportunity that will come from Valley Great Ventures or Family and Friends Rice. And who knows, maybe we could all be building the next multi-million-dollar company or the multi-billion international company in Ghana here together if we decide to take this particular journey together. So I would invite all of you to come on board. My colleague would have loved to join, but he closed from the farm this evening, and the network is very bad at that place. So that's why he hasn't joined. But whatever it is here, we are in agreement. And if you want to invest and you want to see what is happening, you just have to go to FOMBC. You would go, he will take you around, you tour the farms and all those things. The tractor that I just been shown to you is our machine. We bought it last year, and that's what we use to farm now. We would need more of those things later, including other equipment. But for now, our focus is on the current season, which we want to raise the funding for. So yes, if you've listened to this or if you've watched this now or later, and you think you have the capacity and you have the eye for opportunity, look at our side, and we are ready to shake your hand, and then we do business. Yeah.
Okay. Me that's it. Me nya umu because na ka mi beja umu but utra anye ye afeni ye beso umu ye pa nti you ready to prepare one sense because opay mu na kasaba you say ohina ankodwa ne nti Mr. Menu amba na emom ne dodi na chi na ere aba nti eje dum mpacho mechia mwakwa aba
Joshua.
mpacho mjise mwana bokonso
I don't have any experience. I don't know anything. Yeah, that's what I say.
okay ele nyamia sese ohoye me pacho me bo ansa me de kasa be man na nedu me pacho o question no ye yi ano say hawa eje du kasa wi a bia me sa me na yi ano just 1 second bi say ha nko ade a why na enye no yentimi running fast na yeah, because I think say video a ubesa hwebio if we say be niam bebeba to me no e better so be share from ashase no na wa hwe ensem o kan nyina no nyese we nku na ye no mu ye the first videos so no e be better so be dey ube hwe eno sa videos so enso be boa ma wate o mu ase ne bebia there were bebia o mu e person mu ko me da ase eje dum bacha o manenko
I'm say Mr. Clifford, I are there at Damasi. We thank you for the opportunity and also for the good work you guys are doing. It is always a pleasure and always good to see the Yenia nominal AEBB. Na when we do baby, Obeka say, Nihiamwa, me a normal so mecano, na yin to me, na yakese. A good investment, a good chance, good opportunity. And say, Mr. Comment, I bisa questions, you know, do one and me person me bisa no. And say, Mr. Comment to 2 apo. Okay, questions and number. And the main me person me bisa. Yes, I think say presentation no more interchange words from investors to partners. So my question is, the working na musiki partnership and na musiki investors. And the musiki investors are and until na mu pay with that percentage. And say the person gives you money, forget about anything, and at the end of the day, expect the profit, you know, the dividend, you know, together with the invested money, you know. And now I say you are seeking for people to be investors with a potential future of becoming partners. Because say a we do baby now, we are giving you money for equipment. There are people who will be or person or company ni on person di nisika kekebeshim na wakotena baby. Na at the end of the day, money 15%, you know, at the end of the season, we are, and I say whatever percentage you agree, then you say goodbye to them. You don't, with nothing more. Will be what happens so called long term. More was you know, arrangement, you know, and now what can be. I think I overheard you saying, say you have been talking. I think say my arrangement to be behind the scene. So this whole thing, no, you said say you are waiting for those who will set up the group, you know, to come as a team, as one body to do the investment. So I think it will be proper to know who is doing that arrangement, and for them to also tell us what their arrangement is. In this Isiano, are you taking investment from individuals, and I say you are taking investment from group? If it is individuals, then you need to let us know the individual investment and what is the minimum an individual can put in. And then the individual can decide, say, okay, I can take 2 slots. And I say, my end say 1 slot AAC, 2 slots is this amount. And I say, we are no pay, you know, 1 slot. Then the person can take multiples or can take single with the expectation of specific amount at the end of the season. And the season, you know, okay, what is the time you are expecting the money? You have to set up a cutoff point. Say, from a net say to the end of this month, wow, first of all, your investment, your money should be ready. Then you are expected to be paid at the end of maybe December. By last day of December, no, you get your money, and the first day of December. So all those timelines are very important when it comes to money and investment, and timelines, they are very, 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 very important, very, very sensitive. Indeed, I think that maybe Messer say mobile with those specifics, you know. So we know for presenting specifics in area, then we will have specific questions to ask. Because you know, from my standpoint, I think that there are a lot of loopholes in it, which need to be tightened, and there are a lot of questions that need to be. So part of it is what I'm telling you. So, you guys need to come back. Say you're more taking investment in a director. What is the minimum anybody can invest? And I said, what is the slot for one person? How many people are you expecting to come in? If your slot is 100,000, no, you're expecting how many people? 10, 15, 20 to make their own commitment by the end of this period. From this period to this period, by Ujano open. Because sometimes you said, say, those who will come in late will get, which means you are leaving it open. And with that, I would say, somebody can also sit down and look into the forecast. The better weather, who say weather na feed ye in October, August, na the media December, na my sweep kakra. At that point, you're not sure as you know, you may not be treating that person fair. I think there should be a start off and a cut-off point. What I know when it comes to investment here, say, if you the one taking the investment, you are not disciplined, people will take you for a ride. And that's a fact. They will want to wait till the last minute. When you say in Ghana for the last minute is always our problem. Last day, in the 59th minute, nothing over. Oba person need your share say last year no ebenya bibia pepepe because of the security abishim. I think that you guys need to tighten the knot a little bit. From my standpoint, I think that there are a lot of things that what discussions have been going on in the background, but I'm speaking from what I heard, from what I heard you say, which I think that if I am your advisor and I am somebody who is consulting for you, I will tell you that you need to go back to the drawing board. You guys need to talk to whoever is setting the group or whatever, and then all of you come together. They give you the parameters and all my set, they meet the rules and regulations and as a terms and conditions, which should match what you have with your lawyers. And then you set up the window. This is our window open from maybe May to end of June. And I said from beginning of July, in the next 3 weeks, whoever want to come, you need to come. So at the end of the month, we sign our contract with those who have come and the money we have. That way you can also plan on how you are investing the money. Because if you leave it open, na say obi twenya to August, September, na fe no enya ni sika na ode ba. At that time no rice omona wudua ye no ebeso ama wa ba beti. That time ode ni sika ne ba, untumi nkopla wasase foforo. The season is almost ended. What are you using the money for at the time? So you strategize it, and then say be a season, you know, or 2 windows are beginning of the season and mid-season. You are taking money on those windows. Let us know, because you know your operations and you know when you need it. If it is a partnership deal and then my conversation will be different. Then my input will be different. My advice will be different. But this one you are saying, you need the money as an investment. The person have no share according to you in your company. You are not willing to give any share to anybody. You just need the money, use the money, pay them their profit, and then if they want to reinvest, you bring it back. If not, so that is that's why I'm speaking the way I'm speaking. But my piece of advice is do your due diligence. You have the experience from what you're saying. I know you guys know what you're doing. But this is where I stand. This is how I see it. And this is my piece of advice. I think that everything you said is fine. For me, I don't have much to say, unless this is the little I can add to make what you are doing and what you are seeking much more straightforward and much more formidable. So you can have a peaceful operations and also a peaceful agreement with whoever wants to come in or whoever comes in. That's it.
Yo, Penny, yes, that's in your mission. Also, contribution as usual. Yeah, powerful. Mr. Clifford, we batch your penny and I can say no.
All right. So thank you for the insights and yeah, I think all that you said is right by me. And so let me start with the investors, the kind of relationship that we want to have with the people first. So we are not looking for a partnership now, for now, because it is just this season that we are targeting. Kind of an emergency tender we are doing for this season. However, in the long term, when after this, when anybody is interested in working with us, we are open to discussing whatever that is able of working, either partnership or whatever that person wants to, we think can be able to work with us. For now, it is just a short-term investment that we are looking for, and we expect to complete payment by February, latest by February. We expect to complete payment of whatever investment that has been made. And that's because the farming season often ends October, November. So if you are able to finish harvesting your rice by October, then you can start selling to people and all those. And so that's why we are pushing the payment period to February, but we would have been able to even start paying earlier than that if we are able to harvest fast, because we don't have all the equipment that we use to harvest and all those. And so we have to use people's own, and we don't control how fast it will come to our farm. And also talking on the timelines. So we would have even loved to have this earlier on, because we started working on the farm months ago, not today. So what we are targeting is latest by 5th August, we should have everybody on board. And those that we consider early investors are those that come this month by July 25th. So those that come within that time, we see them as early investors, because we've started planting, we've not finished planting. So if it comes in early, it is able to push us to do most of the things. By February, by ending of July, we would have finished doing all that. And maybe you are coming to just help us. We'll be buying input and all those things, which we don't think is the heavy lifting that we are actually looking for. The heavy lifting is what we are doing right now. So yeah, people can still come in latest by August 5th, but then if you are coming after 25th of July, that's where we are offering the lower rates. That's the 10%. So those who come in early get a 15%. And as I said at the beginning, this is what we are proposing. Whoever is coming on board is also having an expectation or his own mind. That's where we sit down to have a negotiation and then conclude on the variables that need to be agreed upon before we sign the deal. And on the group, honestly, this is something that we're working through SOS. So I honestly don't have a specific answer to whoever is organizing, but I've spoken to Charles and then Nasiru, and then Adams is the one who came and inspected the farm. So those are the three people that I've been working with, and they are the people who are working with whoever is coming on board. So I can't say, oh, this is the group that we're working with, but these are the people that we're working with. That's if they have a group already of investors. I can't say, but these are the people that we are working with. And do we take individual investors? If Mr. Charles or Nasiru or Adams brings in an investor and say, oh, this Kojo who is coming to invest in, we wouldn't say, oh, go back. We are looking for money. That's what we are looking for. It doesn't matter whether you are 10 people or 20 people. All that we are looking for is the money, and we need a minimum of 100,000 Ghana cedis and a maximum of 400,000 Ghana cedis. If you are one person, you're able to provide within that window, we are okay. If you are 10 people that are bringing that particular amount, we are also okay. As far as you are bringing it together, and then you are also saying you are bringing it as a group, no problem, because you negotiate as a group, we sign the deal as a group, and then whatever when we are paying to the group. If it is also coming as an individual, and let's say Mr. Charles is coming in on board as an investor, we're also signing the deal with Mr. Charles. At the end of the day, we are also making payment to Mr. Charles, because whoever we sign the deal with, there should be those details given. Who do we make the payment to, and how do we make the payment? Does the person want rice as payment, or he wants money as payment? Whichever option the person wants, we are comfortable with that. We don't have any. We are okay to give rice to the person as payment. We're also okay to pay the person in cash, or that's money. So yeah, that's it. And also, so yeah, that covers the slot that you mentioned. And are we open to long-term investment? Yes, we are open to long-term investment, but that is not what we are focusing on now, because as I said at the beginning, we are expanding this season to about 300 acres, and we want to get the funding to be able to push that particular one for this season. When the season is over, we can sit down with whoever is interested in doing business with us to discuss long-term relationship. And as I already said, we kept on hold part of our business, that's the processing part. And it is something that we look forward to reviving and doing other things, or expanding even the farm size in the future. So if we have somebody who is willing to come on board for a stake in the company, and then offer us some funding to be able to do that, we are cool with that. But today's discussion, or what we are most focused on now, is for this season, because we want to handle what is already in front of us now before we look at the long term. And yeah, okay, so yeah, those are the key things that I've taken from the comments you made, and I don't know if I've been able to clarify those stuff. But as I said, this is to create awareness. If there's an expression of interest, we wouldn't be based on what has just been said here to sign the deal. Definitely, whoever is interested would have that call or that discussion one-on-one, and we agree on what should be on the contract, what dates should be there, and what figures should be there. And if the person also wants to even now come and inspect the farm before you make the investment, we're also open to that. You can come and have a tour of the farms and all that. But as I said, latest by August 5, we expect the window to be closed, because if you bring in the money later, it wouldn't help us. Yeah.
Ejedu.
Yeah, thank you. I think, sir, you've made justice to my concerns and the things I raised, and I think, sir, now the ball is in the court of whoever you are dealing with, as those people that are sourcing for the investors to come and bring to you. It's up to them to also get to work to get whoever they want to get to bring to make your dream come true, or your work a success. So I think, with that being said, since that is something that need to be, something that is not part of this discussion, I wouldn't want to go into it, because I don't know what whoever is doing. I can only speak to what I hear. I can only speak to what is being said. So what is not being said here, I cannot say much about it. I would say we all sit in waiting, and then as and when we get to those bridges, I think we will be able to cross. But I wouldn't say much. I would say I wish you guys all the best, and I think you guys are on the right path to doing what you like to do and what you love to do. It's a good thing. It's a good way you guys are chatting. You're chatting a good course, and I wouldn't say much to discourage you. All I would say is keep up doing what you are doing. Like you said, combine experience of the two of you. You are getting between 10 to 15 years, which is rich in experience. And I don't think anybody can wake up one morning to convince you to stop what you are doing, which you have a proven record. I'm very, very much impressed. I would say I'm putting you guys on my bucket list. Whenever I come to Ghana, your farm will be one of the places I would like to visit. I would like to see what is going on, and I would like to sit down with you guys and talk, to gain much experience in what you guys have accumulated so far. I write, so I think at a point I would like to feature you guys in one of my books, so at least the world will know that we have young men who started something and grew it into a national thing. Keep it up, and I want to say thank you and kudos. Charles, thank you for the opportunity. This is what we do. SOS is family. And we try to market everybody. We try to bring everybody to tell what they have, so we can know how we can support and how we can help to build. We are all here, so you are not alone. Now that you are here, you are part of the family. We will do our best to also make sure your farming becomes a success and your dreams becomes a reality. Thank you so much.
All right. So thank you very much, and I must say the comments that you've made have given me some giving me some kind of reflective edge and all that. So yeah, actually looking forward to engaging more. Maybe backstage we can engage more, and I
Yeah,
like to
sure,
read.
sure.
So maybe who knows?
I am open. So for me,
Yeah.
when it comes to I criticize, I critique, I ask questions, and then consult. So it's not a big deal. That's what we do here. We make sure we sell the best to the world. We showcase what is the best, like what Charles did, sending somebody to go verify what you guys say you do. And that is what we talk about every time. If we have not done our due diligence, we don't really want to say much about what we don't know. And so it's a step in the right direction. You are at the right place at the right time. And I think we all want to try to help to boost whatever you guys are doing. So as and when they come up with the strategic plan on investment, I think it will also be televised live on this platform, and then we will see how to go about it based on what they bring to the board. And so I think with your time window looking at 25th of this month, being the time that you need the money, I think they will go back to their drawing board and start working on it and start their consultation as soon as possible to get the people who are willing and ready with money to bring it on board. So at least you can have the boost to get to reach the target that you have set for yourself for this season. And so, like I said, there is no problem at all. As long as this platform is concerned, the only thing is investors will do their part. And what we always plead is that you on the ground do your part, and let's all do together. Let's all try our best to get to the target and the set goals that we set for ourselves. And that's all I can say. I wish you guys all the best.
All right. Thank you very much.
Opening. That's it.
Charles, what do you mean?
That's right. One thing.
Hello.
Opening. Oh, maybe tonka. One thing. Opening. Oh, thing. What thing? No, I'm a okay. Ebusiafo. Yakasa about 1 hour 37 minutes. Safe na wabetia. Praise. But more than some from the beginning. Yeni omudi nkan ye one video. About 25 minutes of video. But more than say obekwa enososo. I didn't tell person enososo because ebe mu ate baby omu free obeti ase free baby omu free ba no. Ene di ntia edi omu abeduru ase. Mr. Bridge, I can't say me. Thank you, Mr. Du, for educating me on what to consider. Ask when a proposal is presented. Okay. Good. Mr. Bridge, so can I say a group on WhatsApp community one, Mammy who so one can so Mammy who not mean for yemen into na axe na mean for one count. And yes, I was also a subscriber because subscriber who had so you already and I say oh yeah away. Now a basana update baby and what me enyan and 10 because we have 20 let me say 19 days because and for and a drew a fee for a momentino to work it out. Until the American say well I feel about not we are family full would just say obey interested. And I'm a kind of many opening being a dinkum, opening a foot to me say, open investment, Yameba, ye investment, a wadia, would ye, who use a co num, a co some, a could be every day, be if it's said we interested, you know, sounds would be for they interested. Ain't ye the best here, Ubusa for. Okay, Matthias. Wow. Sorry, okay, no problem. I did see if you have remember. Yes, empenifo bu baby say obusa for enyira kwan. Obi nema obi kire. Se wo ankukuru a wo so anye de enye yiye. Enuano watu omo si wo so omo de omo de ombekwa kodua. Omo hia wo mo aso mbedua. The boy is over to us. Bibia epesi ye bia no. Ye time ye limit. Enye se bia ye de empre ho bi mo obi o. Na emom ye keka ihu sie ne mo meni omo hia ye back and forth e o me side because of say membre no mombre ni nhia ne ade no ene dia beduru sabre nka ye nhia ntam nhia general nke be me de because nka sabre ne nke o more time to settle everything up but ye nhia ntam enti sa ne beba but mom try we no ye try we next year no ye more than that na Mr. Nasir so eniema wo ho a ebetima baake bibia nti no whenever it is no say wo you be a ubewura group no mu na ana empanimfo a ombedi animo no I think say we are enduro chinyampa no mehwe te ombetimi atimi apwa wo a wo ye willing say obetimi ap no obeka leaders no me personally metinchen me pese me nya nipa omutie SOS a omuye willing say ombetimi group na oma form this group no because me pese me hu say ye akasa ye me hu say me sinka okay obi betima boa me hotel bia enti no ye hia omo ye willing so beba no betima team up no more organize sa de we say yo Mr. Nazir ho na ho de eje do say wo ye willing am sere wada eni die mu ka wo kan ho anke beboa Mr. Kwamet yensa kokomote mu mopo enti nka modi munim die supporto team na enka beboa danka at least said the mo amohwe a nipa 10 or 15 or 20 or de mo betimi a raise bia na mo ahwe na nka motima ye no we de eni die mu se enhamo na se mo betimi asomu a me da wase Mr. Grifo
Yeah.
o won chia bi na opesa wo de chia eya bia se Mr. Mr. Partner din kura
Foster.
of Mr. Foster, yeah. I am yes, Mr. Foster into me because already me am say baby or network inje. Yeah, Mr. Adams so they are too strong mommy. But me say they are better video no na on so the feedback.
Yeah.
By the way, the partner yeah, Mr. Foster or also a farmer, but or a nurse. Inti or also a nurse and an ampesameka. Inti or just a rice farmer, but or a nurse. Inti ono no time na wo mfanye nurse no na ode kofuom koye farmer no. Inti mo amu se enkofo ani abere ofie. Enkofo ani abere ofie. Mr. Clifford.
Yeah.
Na ye fancy me that say.
All right. So I just want to thank you and everyone that has been working in the background to make sure this day is possible. Mr. Nasiru, Shaibu Adams, and your very self, and to everyone who has joined us today, the questions, the comments, and the contributions, all I appreciate. Apart from me being here looking for funding for Arise, I've learned a lot that I will also be able to apply in other directions and also going forward in the farm. So yeah, I hope that this conversation is the launch pad to a bigger growth. Let it be said that in the next 5-10 years, this conversation we had was the beginning for the establishment of a multinational company that Family and Friends Rice was able to expand and grow, and is exporting rice to not just feeding Ghana, but exporting rice to other parts of the world. And that's the dream. We want to be a leader in the industry. We don't just want to be farming rice. We want to farm the rice and take it to the homes and let people feed. So we hope that this conversation is the beginning of that journey. And if you've listened to this or you've watched and you're watching later, I hope that you would want to take up this opportunity and join us to take this bold step forward. Farming is a lucrative business. Not just every farming, but rice farming is a lucrative business. We have a shortfall in the country. There's a demand, but the supply is less. We spend over almost $200 million every year to import rice. And that's because we do not have enough to feed ourselves. So if you come in and we're able to increase our capacity and produce more, you are not just making money, you are helping to reduce hunger by feeding people. You're also helping to employ people by creating job opportunities in the farms and also in the value chain for more people to benefit. So don't just see this as something you're investing in to just get the interest and your money back, but something you're building to help communities and to help lives. So yeah, that's what Family and Friends Rise is all about. The name tells it is for building families and friends, and we want you to be part of it. So don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can also follow us. Our social media is there. We are on Facebook, Family and Friends Rise. So you can go there to check some of the things that we've done in the past and what we are doing. So thank you very much once again to the team and for everybody who has been part of this.
Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Yo, senior, that's it. Wakasa, adeɛ baako a ɛyɛ me deɛ wɔ so aka sɛ wo ba no ɛnyɛ sɛ wo be markete kɛkɛ, but also ba also abɛfa bibi na ɛyɛ me ne gye sɛ wo ba also abɛfa bibi. Nti that means a give and take. Give and take nso yɛ adeɛ a ɛyɛ adeɛ de nkɔsoɔ na ɛba. Mr. Kwamet, wo bibi kakra bi a obeka ma omo se de eje do akasa na yemfansi a medase.
I would like to thank him and Ejuma Omoye on any team, and I'm hoping, sir, as times goes on, we'll be hearing more from him. And any information be about be, I don't taking it with good heart. Now on fire Justin and Yama said the bit anywhere he finds himself, obey me, then sabet me whatever he's asking for. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So special shout outs to Saint Kwamet and then David Edu. Yeah, I really appreciate your questions and their contributions. So thank you very much.
Okay. Eja do pachote die. Okay, senior committee I answer now. Yo abusiafo ye di besia, but me to me nsa pro se kode ko hwe ye ni omo last video na ye no. Said be ya be hu omo introduction no. Eja do se okọ Ghana nyame adom obekwa ko visit omo farm no eda ni list so. Eja do omoto ko yi emaami o omoto challenge maami se be ko ho na crocodile bi o ha o se mi kotana so nti no ene ye ejedu oko ho anya so ko bi city farm no nko a krom o crocodile bi a utimi tena so chwa picture I don't know. I don't know so what do you fancy ya?
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, name is Sacred for the Nakasa no Nyamia Duma mon follow over YouTube page no sooner every day bia me post update near the day and no follow na ebeboa wo say be update bia nti say subscribe na subscribe ebeboa wo no your Facebook page so mon follow say the also so on the ho no Mr. Kwamet ewo strategies for bees ewo ho mimia so a wo hwe ase a be hu say a show or strategy for bees ejedu so Davis Edus deep dive enso so ho a omumienu nyina no ejedu ma motivational of deep thought na Mr. Kwamet enso so ma o strategy a obetimi e dey start enso so wo life the entrepreneur life no ye beda mu nyina ase nyame nhira mo se mo ase mo mre na mo de betie de ye woka monto nkoso na mo ni echi na mo support ye yebota ene se ebrebia no ye de asempa ene bebe fie na enije nso so aye de abefie na oman Ghana afa ne ntoma pafra share mo next video ene maybe eba da mo se nyame nhiro bibia.
Bye.
Bye.